We are operating today 18 services on a weekly basis, which articulate among 35 calls back and forth every week. And I was doing with the mathematics with Atit this morning. Actually, every 20 seconds in India, you have one laden container of CMA CGM moving in or moving out. Logistically speaking, as a reflection of our dedication to this market, not only to port, but also deep inside the supply chain, CMA CGM has expanded its footprint by purchasing SIFA Logistics back in 2019, but also Stellar Value Chain Solution back in 2023, enabling the management today of no less than 500,000 square meter warehouses across India. Infrastructure are key. They are a catalyzer on a growing economy. And the group has actively contributing to this infrastructure development. If you recall, back 10 years ago, we invested in Mundra, and more recently, we have invested in the Nabasheva Freeport Terminal, which we call NFST. Those two terminals, Mundra and Nabasheva, they draw no less than 73% of the whole market. But I was saying, the power of India, it is people. And what we have done since 2012, actually, is building capacities in order to leverage the talent of India and serve the world. Today, we are operating across the country no less than 3 global shared service centers. They count for 6,000 people. And when you take all those blocks of activities of CMA CGM in India, today, we are 17,000 in India, which is even more than 10% of the global workforce of the CMA CGM group worldwide. We start to count here. The CMA CGM group, as a group worldwide, we operate today in 117 countries. We are 160,000 people and growing, including almost 6,000 in the head office in Marseille. This is where the headquarters is located. From a shipping perspective, we rank number 3 in the world, but there is no limit. We are aiming for the next rank very soon, hopefully. And we operate in no less than 420 ports for approximately 23 million TEU worldwide, with a fleet of 650 ships. And if I count well, at the end of the year, we're going to cross the bar of the 700 ships operating for CMA CGM around the world. SIVA is a big enabler because when you own assets, shipping assets, you realize that you can go the next step, before the ship and after the ship, what we call inside the supply chain. And this is what our friends from SIVA are doing here in India. I was talking about 500,000 square meters in India, totally, and Paras is looking at me, if I'm not wrong, SIVA is 15 million of square meters operated in warehousing around the world. And when you are present at sea, on the land, you want to be up in the sky. And this is what we do with CMA CGM Air Cargo. The division today is operating 6 full freighter planes, and we are aiming to operate 12 of them within the end of the next year. So you understand, we at CMA CGM praise to say we are multinational. But when you look up at our chairman and our CEO, Monsieur Rodolphe Saadé, who I have the honor to represent today, he look at us and he say, we may be a big company, but never forget, we are a family business. And as a family business, how do we operate? We operate as a startup. We are in a constant startup mode. What does that mean? We strive for development, we strive for quick win, and we are having a strong focus on results and innovation. And if you recall, the theme of this week in India is collaboration and innovation. Interestingly, this is a kind of mindset India is displaying today. And when the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, came to visit France back in February, he agreed to pay a visit and pass by Marseille together with the President Macron to visit our head office. And here I have to explain to you a little bit how things happen, because we were a small delegation around Monsieur Saadé to welcome the Prime Minister of India in Marseille. And we had prepared a presentation, and we welcomed the Prime Minister in what we call the Fleet Center. The Fleet Center, this is a floor dedicated to operate the whole ships of CMA CGM, and we started the presentation. But very quickly, Prime Minister Modi raised his hand, and he asked a question. My CEO answered the question, and then we had a second question. And within 5 minutes, actually, we forgot about the presentation, and we engaged in this conversational pace together with Prime Minister Modi. A long story short, within 45 minutes, we had reshaped the world. And we had agreed on building this so-called strategic roadmap. So you had in front of you two men, a business leader, a political leader, having a fit together and trying to identify common ground and say, what can I do for you? What can I do? What can you do for me? And at the end of those 45 minutes, we had agreed on CMA CGM side to commit reflagging some of our ship with the Indian flag. Nobody had never done it, at least from a global carrier perspective. We had agreed to recruit more cadets, to train them, groom them, and put them on our ship. And since we are in a global world where geopolitics are torn in all directions, as an operator, you are looking for flexibility, you are looking for your option, and question from my CEO was, can we build ship in India? The answer is yes, we can build ship in India, and we committed building our container ship in India. So that was a little parenthesis of this delegation coming to Marseille, but the ambition were very high, and despite all goodwill, you can imagine how each party, the next hour, were thinking. When Monsieur Modi left in the car, we looked at each other and we said, oh my God, what have we done? And as we speak today, the oh my God, what have we done is, I'm happy to announce that within 4 months, 6 months, we have already reflagged 4 of our ships with an Indian flag. Leveraging talent, we have recruited no less than 1,000 Indian cadets in 2025, and we are going to add up. We are going to add up another 500 cadets for the 2026 season. All those cadets are going to be trained and groomed to operate our ships in India, but also on the international water in CMA CGM fleets. But the most amazing one, and here I will give credit again to our partner in India. I'm very proud to inform you that the CMA CGM group have signed a letter of intent with the Cochin shipyard to construct 6 LNG-powered dual-fuel 1,702 ships, which is a massive landmark. In value for India, it's an investment from CMA CGM of no less than what you call 3,000 crore. And I'm looking at my friend from the Cochin shipyard. I was telling you, it's not just any ship. It's an engine fully packed of technology, extremely sophisticated, dual-fuel LNG. For those engineers in the room, it is not just a bottle of gas within an engine, if you know what I mean. What we are doing also is partnering with GNPA, the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, through an MOU in order to develop and carry on our footprint in infrastructure in India, hopefully with the development of Vadavan terminal. So all those initiatives are not only strengthening CMA CGM operational expertise, but we are creating here significant employment opportunities to boost local consumption, local revenue generation, and contribute to the long-term development of the country which have welcomed us almost 35 years ago. CMA CGM Chairman and CEO, Monsieur Saadeh, has pledged a substantial commitment and investment in India over the next decade. This is a commitment which reflects our vision to drive sustainable growth in the Indian maritime logistics sector. Infrastructure development, talent development, and environmental sustainability, from expanding our Indian fleet with LNG-powered vessel to enhancing port operation and logistic capabilities. And this is where I want to commend and underline again the focus and the dynamism of each single Indian government agency that have supported us since February. We are the true testament, I think, of a foreign company engaging with people. When they say, we call you on Monday morning, they call you on Monday morning. And I think, and Rajiv was mentioning this to me, Ludovic, we didn't fly the first ship within 2 months. It took 2 months to build the framework, but from the moment we put the paper on the desk in Delhi, it took only 11 days to register a ship. And we have to quote this shipbuilding financial assistance policy, the SBFP 2.0, which has enabled CMA CGM to place order for vessel construction in India. This gift city also creation, which has been made viable, a project very dear to CMA CGM to reflag our ship and conduct ship leasing operation from India, further strengthening the footprint of the shipping industry of India worldwide. By those commitments, CMA CGM is fully supporting the realization of what you guys are calling the Maritime Amrit Kaal Vision 2047. I hope I've not been too long, but to conclude, I would like to say that CMA CGM contribution to the Indian maritime sector is deeply rooted in our shared vision for a sustainable and dynamic industry. By fostering innovation, supporting local talent, and investing in infrastructure, CMA CGM is proud to be a key partner this week of the Indian Maritime Week and to contribute to the India Maritime Vision 2047. Our efforts are creating what we call tangible economic value, enhancing India global trade connectivity, and positioning the whole country as a true leader in the maritime industry for a decade to come. I would like to thank you very much for your presence today. I hope you're going to enjoy your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. While we are celebrating this India growth story, we don't want to miss out on the cultural auspicious gesture of lamp lighting. So I would request our chief guest and the other dignitaries to kindly proceed for the lamp lighting. Thank you all. So before we proceed, Cochin Shipyard Limited is our key partner in shipbuilding initiative. Hence requesting Mr. Madhu Nayarji, the CMD of Cochin Shipyard, to share a few thoughts here.
Good evening to one and all on this very happy occasion. Most respected Honorable Union Minister for Port Shipping and Waterways, Sri Sarbananda Sonowal, Sri Vijay Kumar IAS, Secretary Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, Mr. Renaud, Senior Vice President, CMA CGM, Sri Shyam Jagannathan, Director General of Shipping, Sri Venkateshpati, Joint Secretary Shipping, Sri Atit Mahajan, Managing Director, CMA CGM, respected friends and guests in the audience. At the outset, as Mr. Renaud had explained, this is not just the announcement or the start of some projects or building of some fine ships. For me, as CMD of Cochin Shipyard Limited, it's actually absolute privilege. It's proud privilege to address you here, because this event today reaffirms what can happen when countries come together, trusts come together. As was explained in detail, when our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Modi visited France along with President Macron, it's not every other day that the Prime Minister and President goes to the, as we said, the fleet center of one of the most respected shipping companies in the world. And there the kind of warmth and trust that was built up. And absolute regards and thanks to Chairman Sade for taking this forward, to believe in what was mentioned over there, the larger picture which was rightly articulated by Mr. Renaud, as a logistics player, as believing in a country, believing in a set of people and trying to take things forward. For me, as Cochin Shipyard Limited, again, proud privilege that today we have signed letter of intent for 6 fine vessels, 1700 TEU LNG dual fuel vessels. And what is most important here is, along with this association, we will build up with CMA CGM, who have shown the warmth already in these months which we were discussing, the kind of approach which the teams from France and India has brought in. What was conveyed at depth was, how do we do things more and more in India? Because that is the commitment. And the knowledge we have as one of the best shipping companies, one of the best container shipping companies in the world, we will bring this knowledge to the fore, and together how do we create mutual success for our organizations and for our countries. And again, for Cochin Shipyard Limited, our association with Korea, with South Korea, with the HD KSOE group, the Hyundai group, who would actually be supporting us on the gas fuel systems and the critical equipment on these vessels, an organization like COMAC of Korea to design and engineer the vessels. I think we are seeing global cooperation at its best to take things forward, to create value for societies. Sri Renaud very clearly brought out, and very happy to note that more than 1,000 cadets already recruited in the year, another 500 coming on board, the flagging of vessels in India, and the whole approach of trust and relationship building that is happening here. For me, on behalf of the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, the Honorable Minister, under the visionary guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, who has set out goals for the country, we want to be in the top 10 in the world in shipping, shipbuilding by 2030, in the top 5 by what we are calling Amrutkal, India at 100, 2047. All this to come true this kind of gatherings, I'm sure like we'll have more and more of these gatherings. On behalf of Cochin Shipyard Limited, absolute assurance that we will work with honesty, with integrity. What has brought us till now is credibility in the system. We will work together. We will create beautiful vessels. Indian, French, Korean collaboration. We will create some very fine vessels, and we are absolutely sure there will be compelling reasons for people like CMA CGM to come and do more and more in India. That's an assurance from my side on behalf of Government of India and Cochin Shipyard Limited. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Nair. In every ecosystem, vision and guidance of a leader is very important. We wish to acknowledge the strong support and the encouragement of our Honorable Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Mr. Sonowal, in this entire initiative. I now request our chief guest to come and share his thoughts and guide us for our future endeavors.
Namaskar. Good evening to all of you present here today. Respected Secretary, Minister of Port, Shipping, Waterways, Government of India, Vijay Kumarji, Joint Secretary, Venkatasa Patiji, Senior Vice President, Commercial Agencies Network, CMA CGM, Mr. Ludovic Renault, Sri Shyam Jagannathan, Director General of Shipping, Madhu Nair, CMD Cochin Shipyard Limited, Mr. Atit Mahajan, MD CMA CGM India, officers from France Embassy, Maritime Exim professional, ladies and gentlemen. It is a matter of great pleasure for me to participate in this event where a historic letter of intent signed by CMA CGM for building 6 state-of-the-art LNG-powered container ship is being handed over to Cochin Shipyard Limited. This letter of intent is a sign of the confidence reposed in the shipbuilding capabilities of our nation by one of the leading global shipping company. This is also the result of the shipbuilding ecosystem which has been created in India as a result of the path-breaking policy, financial and legislative initiative taken by the nation under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. We have recently adopted a 4-pillar approach for the time-bound development of our maritime sector. We recently approved an $8 billion financial outlay for this sector in the form of a Maritime Development Fund, a revamped Shipbuilding Financial Assistance Scheme, and Shipping Development Scheme. We granted infrastructure status to large vessels, facilitating ease of financing for this sector. We passed 5 new enactments for the legislative transformation of our maritime sector. This initiative by CGM support India's Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat Self-Reliant India initiative, as well as the country's goal to become one among the top 5 shipbuilding nation by 2047. Cochin Shipyard, as the leading shipbuilder in India, is pioneering the efforts of the Government of India's vision to develop the country into a global maritime hub under the Maritime India Vision 2030 and Maritime Amritkal Vision 2047. And this project is a perfect example to demonstrate such initiative. The CMA CGM Group, a global player in sea, land, air, and logistics solution, has signed a letter of intent for 6 state-of-the-art LNG-powered container ships to be built at Cochin Shipyard Limited. This strategic move makes the group the first major foreign carrier to commission LNG vessel from an Indian shipyard. All 6 vessels will be registered under the Indian flag. The new build is with a capacity of 1,700 TEUs demonstrate CMA CGM's commitment to a more sustainable shipping, aligning with the group's ambition to be net zero carbon by 2050. The project at Cochin Shipyard will also be run with the technical cooperation of Korean shipbuilder SD Hyundai Heavy Industries. The group is actively investing across the Indian maritime value chain, spanning strategic terminals, maritime services, and shipbuilding, while also reflagging vessels under the Indian registry. At the same time, it is enhancing local maritime employment through expanded crewing and manning operation in India. Underscoring its commitment for recruitment of seafarer, CMA CGM will be recruiting 1,000 Indian seafarers by the end of 2025. With an additional commitment to recruit 500 more Indian seafarers in 2026. Towards strengthening of the Indian flag, CMA CGM has reflagged 3 vessels in India since April this year. And the 4th vessel will be flagged under Indian registry on 31st of October 2025. The partnership between CMA CGM and Cochin Shipyard underscore a mutual dedication to innovation, sustainability, and global maritime excellence. I wish more such productive engagement between CMA, CGM, and Indian shipyard shall happen in the coming years, taking full advantage of the highly evolving maritime capacities and capabilities of India. With these few words, I specially extend my thankfulness to CMA CGM for expressing their confidence in the capability and capacities of Cochin Shipyard Limited in the sector of shipbuilding. And I believe this is a partnership now growing, and it will be growing faster and faster, strength to strength in the future course of time. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and great guidance. Since we are commemorating our achievements, and the latest one is on shipbuilding, for the exchange of letter of intent, I now request Mr. Madhu Nair and Mr. Ludovic Renou, along with other dignitaries, to do exchange of LOI. Yeah. Let us give them a big applause. Congratulations to all of us. The next one is a felicitation of dignitaries and some of the important partners. To felicitate our dignitaries, I now request Mr. Ludovic to first felicitate the chief guest, the Honorable Union Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways. This way. This way. Shri Vijay Kumar ji, Secretary, Ministry of Ports and Shipping. Shri Shyam Jagannathan sir, Director General of Shipping. Shri Madhu Nair ji, Shri Venkataspati ji, Joint Secretary Shipping. Due to the time constraints, we will not be in a position to felicitate more dignitaries here. Venkataspati. I have announced. Shri Shyam Jagannath sir. You're done, no?
Yes.
Group photograph. On the sidelines, I would like to thank all the partners and the stakeholders, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Prime Minister's Office, Director General of Shipping, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Finance, French Embassy and Consulate, IFSCA, Indian Ports Association. We further thank all our guests and the two key persons who have driven the strategy for India, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and our Group Chairman, Mr. Rodolphe Sade. Thank you everyone for being the part of this celebration. Yes, sir. Can I have one photograph with you?
Sure.
Thank you. Please come over and discuss. Thank you for all this busy schedule coming. Thank you.